Hi, I'm Adam Wright.
And I'm Irma Lancaster. Welcome to our final session of the school year. On today's show, the Boys and Girls Club of Lee County tells us all about their summer programs and field trips.
We sit down with the Lee County Library System to talk about their summer reading program and other useful information.
And a fun reading lesson with a live studio audience.
All that and more on today's Parent University.
Hello parents, thank you for joining us on the last program for the 2023 session. Our first guest is going to talk about some ideas for the summer because we know all of you are looking for something to do for your kiddos. So with that, we're going to start with Noelia Martinez-Irizzary with the Lee County Library. Hi, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So you are having a summer reading program, which we want to talk all about so our families know. But let's talk a little bit about the library in general. I don't know how much people know what's available at the libraries other than you can walk in, you can check out a book and leave. But there's so much excitement. I mean, you were telling me a little bit before we started and it just sounds like so much fun. I want to go hang out at the library all the time. So let's start a little bit with your general day-to-day at the library.
Well, in the library, obviously we have books, but we also have movies and music and audiobooks, and we have a Ready collection that helps with learning other languages, with studying for the ACT and the SAT and the ASVAB. So we have all those resources. We also have a Florida collection. So if you want to know more about our community and our state, you can go to the library and get those. Usually at the library, there's always something happening. So we have story times and we have activities for kids and teens and adults because we believe that everybody should be learning throughout their life. We also have digital services. We have 2 apps. One of them is Libby and the other one is Hoopla. And with those apps, you can access the library, and we call it the library is open 24/7 because you can access it online or in your phone. And we have availability for audiobooks and ebooks and comic books and movies and even TV shows, and they are all free with your library card.
That is a lot of stuff available. Okay, so who are these services for? Anyone in the community?
Correct.
Okay, and they have to have a library card to do that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So we, what you need to do to get access to these resources and services is get a library card. A lot of people don't know that you can work, you can study, and you can reside here in Lee County, and you have access or you're eligible to get a library card. When you go to the library, if you're an adult, you'll need an ID, a photo ID, issued by the government, any type of government, including your passport, and proof of where you're living right now if it is because you're saying you live here. But if you work here, a pay stub will do. And if you study here, then as a student, you could just bring your report cards and the like. If you're a minor, you have to go with your parents or your legal guardian so they can provide an ID, and then a legal document like a birth certificate that proves your legal name. And basically that's it. So everybody's eligible.
And so children can walk in, I mean, obviously with an adult, but they can have their own little library card so
Correct.
They can feel like, I'm checking out a book under my name.
Correct.
Great.
And there's no age limit. So 0 to 99 and beyond 99, everybody's welcome to get a library card.
And how many locations are available at the Lee County Library?
We have 13 library locations.
Wow. Okay.
Our furthest north is in Boca Grande, and our furthest south is in Bonita Springs.
So there's a location always near you?
Yes.
So is there a cost to all of these services?
All of the services from the Lee County Library Systems are free to everybody.
Right, and that's great. So why wouldn't we want to take advantage of that?
Correct.
So let's go into some of the availabilities for the summer. Tell us about your summer reading program.
So the summer reading program this year is called All Together Now, and we are trying to do community building through the summer reading. Obviously, the intention behind it is to encourage continuation of reading and reading skills for pre-K, for kids, for teens, and for adults. So we encourage people to come to the library because we have different activities that help people with engaging with other community members as well as enhancing their love for reading. This summer, we're going to have, bunny yoga and dogs, and we're going to have a puppet creation, a puppet craft activity. We're going to have STEM activities like coding and virtual reality. We're going to have magic and comedy, and that's just for the kids, We also have teens activities like painting and summer movies at the library and, solving mysteries, kindness projects, bingo, trivia. We even have like a little summer camp called Becoming a Social Media Star at our East County Regional Library.
So there definitely is so much more than just books at
Correct.
the library. What is bunny yoga?
Bunny yoga, well, you got me there.
I guess you have to go to the library if you want to know.
Yes.
All right, so more information on all of these services and programs and all the fun available on your website.
Yes.
A little bit of information on how to navigate the website so people know how to find information.
So I encourage everybody to visit the website and make sure that you visit our events page so that you can see what events are happening nearest your library. Some of them require prior registration, but most of them you can just show up because there's always something happening, and if there's even passive programs. Now, I want to remind everybody that kids and teens get a free book throughout the summer when they visit our libraries. They get to pick out their own book. It's not something that we hand out. They get to pick out a book, and that's why we encourage everybody to come into the library. For those that are going to be keeping track of their reading, I don't know if you were going to go into that later.
Well, is the information available on the website?
It is available on the website, but I just want to point out that you can track your reading, use it Read Squared, and when you track it virtually, you accumulate points and you can win a prize at the end of the summer. And we're also running a kindness bingo that is a paper copy so that people can do good things for themselves, for their family, and for their communities. And when you do a bingo, you also participate in the drawing to win a basket full of, SSRY books.
This is great. Reading, free books, bunny yoga, whatever that is. It sounds like a great time. Noelia, thank you so much for all of that information. Remember, families, you can visit the website for more on how those programs work. And Noelia is going to stick around later on in the program. She's going to show us a little bit of the fun you can have at the Lee County Library.
Hey, are you or someone you know looking for a job for the upcoming school year? Well, join the School District of Lee County for our upcoming virtual recruitment fair on Tuesday, May 23rd. Principals will be hiring for the upcoming school year, and they're looking for paraprofessionals and teachers to join us in our classrooms. Sign up today. You can look for information on leeschools.net.
Welcome back to Parent University. Joining us now is Dr. Elijah Lefkowitz, Director of Club Operations for the Boys and Girls Club of Lee County. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's amazing being here. Thank you.
Awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit about some summer programs and opportunities offered by the Boys and Girls Club that are available to students over the summer. But before we get into that, can you give us a brief overview of what the Boys and Girls Club is and some of the services that you offer?
Absolutely. So the mission of the Boys and Girls Club is to enable all young people, especially the ones who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. And to that end, we provide them with tons of curriculum through STEM, culinary. We help them with homework every day. We give them a snack. We go out and do outdoor activities. If it's too hot, we do indoor activities. It's Florida after all. But what I really want to impart about what the Boys and Girls Club is that it's not, we're going to keep your children safe, but I want them to be the most prepared kids in Lee County. I was a teacher for 17 years. I've specialized in helping kids maximize their potential, and now I'm here at the Boys and Girls Club. I can develop any programs for any kids to gain their interest. One example is a flight program. We had the kids at our Pueblo Club. They built RC planes and they flew them, and then we actually went to STEMtastic and showed off our models. And then they went to RC Hawks Park, and they flew those planes, and they flew, $1,000, $2,000 RC planes that the people at RC Hawks, there's like pilots who fly planes all the time. There's still one more part missing from the flight program. It is going out to all clubs, but we had a Papa John's grant, and they built these planes themselves, these bigger planes that were supposed to fly. It was too windy at that time. So in the summertime, our Pueblo club will go there, but we're also rolling it out to other clubs as we go forward. And that's just one of many programs, because I saw that there was, we know that there's a pilot crisis in America, so why don't I introduce flight aviation to kids, see if there's any interest, and I want these kids to be more skilled at anything than I am. Like, I can't fly these planes, I crash it, and they're flying it across playgrounds and stuff like that. So it's really amazing to see, and that's what we do at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, sounds fun. Okay, so it's May, summer is right around the corner. You have some programs specifically geared for summertime?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, so we have a whole summer program, lots of fun, very educational. The thing I always say, though, is education is all around you. So you don't have to have books, you have to read out of books and take tests to get educational value, and that's how we built our summer program. We have lots of field trips. We're going to go to Sun and Fun. We're going to go to the movies. We're going to go to Headpins. The teens have a very special trip. They're going to go to Top Golf. We have STEM projects every day, and then we'll have some larger fun STEM projects like a gummy bear lab. They're going to build a robot that does art, and they'll have their own unique piece of art at the end.
Cool.
Which is kind of cool. We're tons of art projects for kids. We'll have sports, outdoor activities, lots of guest speakers. Some of the kids are going to go swimming. We're going to have residents come in and teach the kids how to do popular dances these days. I'm not good at that. We're going to have the Alliance for the Arts come, and each club is going to make a mural, and it's going to be hung up at each of the Boys and Girls Clubs. At the end, and every member there will take part in it, coloring a piece of that mural. So that's some of the stuff that we're doing. Oh, martial arts as well. At two of our locations, we're going to have martial arts each week too.
Lots of stuff.
Yes.
Lots of activities. Sounds like
complete
summer fun.
And whole enrichment.
Yes.
I apologize for talking.
No. Okay, so you mentioned at two of your locations. How many locations are there? Where can people go? Where would people go to bring their kids to these programs?
Okay, so during after school, we have 5 locations right now all over Lee County. For summer, we have 6 locations: Challenger Middle, Varsity Lakes, Lehigh Acres, Renaissance Preserve, Park Meadows, and Pueblo Bonito. Those are 6 clubs over the summer.
And those are all over Lee County?
All over Lee
got
County.
All the areas covered? Okay, great. So what are the parents might be interested in what the hours are like for these programs and any costs that may be associated? And I'll throw one more in there, transportation. Okay.
Right, so all the parents do have to bring their children to the club and pick them up, but 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., we take care of everything else. We have transportation to field trips. We have guest speakers coming in. There's lunch and snack provided. Parents just need to send their kid probably with a water bottle and maybe a snack if they need more than the snack that we provide, but everything is taken care of from 7:30 to 6, and they'll be safe and secure and learning at the same time.
And is there a cost?
Yes, $59 a week for each summer week, and like I said, we have tons of programs. I think you'll find the value in it is way beyond the $59 per week.
So you have 6 locations all over Lee County, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. you said, $59 a week. How many weeks long?
It is 8 weeks long. Well, it depends. So it's 8 weeks long at Park Meadows, Renaissance, Pueblo Bonito, and
so
Lehigh.
it's 8 weeks long at some locations?
Yeah, the school locations and July 28th. Challenger, Middle, and Varsity Lakes and at July 28th.
And when does everything begin?
Everything begins June 12th.
I'm peppering you with a lot of
Yes.
questions. Is there a website that parents can go to if they want to dig a little bit deeper into some of the...
Yes, the bgclee.org is the place to register. At the very top right, there's a place that says our locations, and they can register for their specific club, and that's where they'll learn more information, and we can answer any of their questions through email or phone, and our contact information is on the website.
Great. Is there a deadline that they need to be aware of to register?
Sooner the better. Some of our clubs, Lehigh and Challenger, are full. There's a wait list for those two. All the other clubs are open, but as soon as they fill up to our registration amount, they will close as well.
Great. So that's how they go to your website to register and
Correct.
get signed up. And is there anything else you wanted to mention about some of these programs and opportunities over the summer before we wrap it up?
I just want to. I've been a teacher for 17 years, and I really care about how kids experience life, and I want to bring those experiences to the Boys and Girls Club. So I want them to have a great summer. I want them to learn, and I want them to go home to their parents every day and say what a great time they had.
So do we. Thank you very much, Elijah, for coming on Parent University. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll be right back with more Parent University right after this.
I invite our superintendent, Mr. Bernier, to come forward, please, and have your say.
Young people that we're going to help in this program also will take care of us. That's my segue to introduce Akai Turner. Akai is the assistant superintendent of the day.
Since you're the assistant superintendent today, would you like to introduce your superintendent of the day?
Mr. Chairman, I would be so pleased to introduce a wonderful young man who, if you were paying attention to the Golden Apple, has a fancy brain. We are very, very blessed to have fifth grader Akai Turner with us today. I met him at a reading event at Franklin Park Elementary School, and he was so enthralling and his questions were so deep about the superintendency that I promised him that he would get a period of time during a career week where he could job shadow me.
People work really hard to make sure our schools are safe and learning their education.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Noelia Martinez, and I already know your names. Thank you for being here. Today, we're going to be reading It's a Book by Lane Smith, okay? So for this book, I'm gonna ask you some questions, and when I ask a question, you're gonna answer, it's a book, okay? And you can be as lively about it as you want, and you'll see why, okay? So, first one is our protagonists are a mouse, a donkey, and a monkey. And it goes like this. What do you have there?
It's a book.
How do you scroll down?
I don't know. I turn to the page. It's a book.
It's a book. Do you blog with it?
No, it's a book.
Where's your mouse? Can you make the characters fight?
Nope. Book.
Can it text?
No.
Can it tweet?
No.
Can it Wi-Fi?
No.
Can it do this?
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
No. It's a book. Look. And he shows him the book, right?
Yep.
This donkey is, having some problems. And he shows him what it is, and I'll read it for you. Arg, nodded Long John Silver. We're in agreement then. He unsheathed his broad cutlass, laughing at a maniacal laugh. What's your best maniacal laugh? Ha 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 ha!
Roar.
Awesome. Jim was petrified. The end was upon him. Then, in the distance, a ship. A white smile played across the lad's face. So that's what he's reading about. Isn't that fun? Yep. It's a pirate story. Too many letters. I'll fix it. And he tries to click on it, right? And look how Monkey's looking at him. How is Monkey looking at him? He's
How
like,
is he supposed to?
right? He can't delete it. It's a book. So, what else can you do with this book? Does it need a password? No, it's a what? It's a book. Need a screen name?
No, it's a book.
Yes. And then he takes it and he starts reading it. And apparently he what?
Reads it.
He reads it. So did he like it? Do you think so? Yes, he liked it. Are you going to give me back my book? And he says, no. So look at his face, right? He's like, oh, okay. I'm going to the library. What is he going to the library for?
A book.
For another book. Don't worry, I'll charge it up when I'm done with it. You can't because it's a book. And that's our story, everybody. Thank you so much for reading this story, and I hope that you really, really did enjoy it as much as I did. Let's give yourself a round of applause. Did you like it?
Yep.
He didn't know what to do, right? He was kind of, who has been through that? I mean, I bet all of you know a book, but, you know, a lot of people like to read the stories in digital devices, but grabbing a book and being able to read it, you get lost in it. So I encourage you all to go to the library and read. Okay? Thank you.
Here's a special message from the superintendent.
Hello, this is Superintendent Dr. Christopher Bernier.
And I'm Franklin Park 5th grader, Kai Turner.
With the last few weeks of school approaching, it's really important to remember to prioritize safety on our roads.
As school slide out, I ask my fellow students to be extra careful when walking or riding their bike. Wear a helmet and pay attention to your surroundings.
We ask drivers also to be extra cautious behind the wheel. Our students are everywhere. Slow down in school zones and residential areas. Put away your phone. Keep music at a reasonable volume. And stay focused on the road and be looking for students.
Always stop for school buses when their stop signs are out and flashing lights are on. It's the law and keep us children safe.
We can all do our part to keep our roads safe during this busy time of year.
Let's make sure that my fellow students and I make it to and from school safely.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this month's program, and we thank our guests who provided you with important information.
Please remember to take our follow-up survey to get credit for the session, and make sure to share with other families so they can participate as well next year.
And we want to give a special shout out to the schools with the highest participation this last month, Pinewoods Elementary and Rama C. Page. Yay!
And now it's time for this month's giveaway. We have 2 free admission tickets to the Edison Ford Winter Estates.
And we are very grateful to them for their donation. It's a beautiful place, so lucky winner is going to get that. Okay, shake it up, shake it up. All right, who will it be? Lisa Benkatar, North Fort Myers High School. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We'll be in touch to let you know how to claim your prize. That's it for this program.
Yes, and make sure to stay tuned to your email. We'll be in touch with information on graduation. Thank you for joining us this season. We'll see you next year.